I don't know about you guys, but I became an undercover cop because I believe in the law.
Can't have a heist movie without a 360 Steadicam shot going around the crew. I mean, that's just, those are the rules. I don't make the rules. Hey, I'm Ryan Pauly. I'm the director and one of the writers of I Bet You're Wondering How I Got Here. And today we're doing notes on scenes. Notes on a lot of scenes. Okay, here we go. Okay, I think we can pause it. Getting some flack about this bank from some people and said, hey, this doesn't look like a bank. What is that building? Jonathan Rudek, our production designer, and the art team, I had them just put bank on a building that was actually in the parking lot of the studios we were shooting at. I knew the schedule was gonna be really tight. It was gonna be tough to do a whole company move to find an old 60s, 70s era bank. And so we just used this building that they were about to demolish in the parking lot, painted the door to sort of be in the color palette. We have a sort of yellow-blue color palette running through the film, put the words bank on it. And for those that, are giving us crap about it, I don't care. Okay. So yeah, this bank scene, of course, we're setting up the whole film. We got a heist. I think a bigger budget of this we would actually show in the bank and start with this big bombastic thing. But of course, budgetary things, and we just need to get to the warehouse really. So Jacob Daniels here is playing Tommy Blackwell, the driver. A lot of great period era cars that were, people volunteered, came out really early in the morning, to bring these beautiful cars and trucks out. And then, of course, Eden, Andre, and Gunnar, who play the rest of our heist gang, running out of the bank here. Really fun. We shot this whole film in order, so this was the first thing we did in the day. And, I really wanted to start it with some sort of Spielberg master shot where, start of the bank, we zoom out, we kind of boom down into the car, that becomes a shot, and then we dolly over, it becomes a whole new shot. And so it's sort of combining all these shots into one to try to start the film on an exciting note, so.
Idiot! You almost killed us!
The steering's a little sticky.
I think you broke my pea shooter.
As if you were using it.
You left a mess all over the road back there!
Another fun little note, this car crash, again, budgetary schedule things. We couldn't afford an actual car crash in this film, so of course we would pan into it, make it just a fun stylistic thing. Again, our art team did an amazing job painting a little tire peel out to kind of show that the car, it spun out and the steering was sticky and they spun out and hit the pillar. So it's all just fun things that sort of contribute to the storytelling there. Try to fill in the gaps that stuff we couldn't shoot because it's a low budget short and what can you do?
My apologies, didn't mean to interrupt.
So here we got our baddies. We've got Julio Cesar Cedillo, who I absolutely love. Been wanting to work with him for a long time. We've got Tiffany Skye Dodson, another actress who's playing Marguerite, his right-hand woman. And then this henchman played by Richard Porter, who, fun fact, he's actually a key grip. I just thought he had a great look, so hired him to be the henchman. Great baddies. I got to have a fun introduction.
Didn't mean to interrupt your book club.
Whoa. Buy-in.
So the way we shot this movie, we've got a cinematographer, Daniel Ruth, incredible DP who we've worked together for super long. We're friends from high school. He's shot all my movies so far. Talking to Daniel, I really wanted to make sure that this film was shot and that was very stylistic, obviously an ode to the 70s. Didn't just have boring coverage throughout. I really want to make sure, it's like, I know we've got a lot to shoot, there's a long script, a ton of dialogue. We're gonna have a lot of just sort of basic coverage, but we need to be able to pepper these special shots throughout that are rooting you in a style and keeping the story engaging and sort of painting a picture for the tone of the film it is. Shots like this where we sort of get her stomping on the bag of money and tilting up real quick, and making that feel just super, dramatic and exciting. The sort of visual language we wanted to have is sort of shooting with this coverage shot is just letting the dialogue and these fun characters tell the story, but then peppering those special shots throughout, keeping people engaged and sort of, rooting the story in a very 70s heist police movie sort of tone. So you'll kind of see those throughout the film. That was sort of, the visual language we wanted to set, so.
This is my city, my empire. There ain't a pusher, tweaker, burnout, or junkie in this town that don't have me to thank for keeping them in my good graces. I can tell you which box is going down in the 4th round this Friday. Which horse is gonna break its skinny-ass legs on the tracks.
Something I really love about this scene, nobody ever laughs at this in the theater when we've screened this at festivals and our premiere. Julio's delivering this incredible, Terry Barrera, the big bad, his first, like, sort of, we have these monologues throughout the film. The bad guy, classic bad guy monologue. He says, I know what horse is going down on the track next Wednesday or whatever. And Gunnar, who plays Harry, this sort of lovable doofus, but he has this look like he's taking what Julio's saying completely serious. And let's rewind and play that just one more time.
Which horse is gonna break its skinny-ass legs on the tracks?
So he does this look. He looks over like... And it's like something that me and our producer Grant laugh at almost every screening. We shot with 2 cameras this whole shoot because we wanted to be able to capture these moments of improv. Collaboration is really important to me. I did a lot of rehearsals with the cast, really trying to, encourage them to bring their self to these roles and encourage like improv as much as they want to do. Gunnar playing Harry has so much of these throughout the entirety of the short that if you rewatch it and just watch Gunnar the whole time, you'll find all these little moments like that. Him scratching his butt with his gun, stuff like that, where it's just like, it wasn't scripted. He is the character.
We're good.
Yeah, this scene, it just goes on, and we like to joke about it, and the world of the film, they're looking at each other, and it's sort of something in real life that would take 2 to 3 seconds, but we're expanding it with the power of cinema to make it feel like it goes on for like 20 seconds. But we like to joke about the fact that maybe in reality they are really just looking at each other for 20 seconds, because that's what, on Harry's face, he's like, what, why are we looking at each other right now? And I just love that. Amazing music by Bex Worley. This is my favorite. Incredible sort of saxophone work. It always makes me think of David Lynch, another filmmaker I really love. This sort of Twin Peaks, really weird, wacky moment of music. The tip music was that classic Sergio Leone Western music, your Mexican standoff, but I really love what Bex brought to this moment in the film. R.I.P. Richard, you had a good run.
FBI!
CIA!
Oh, this whole heist was Keegan's idea.
Idea? I didn't fire a weapon at a civilian, though. And I didn't run a car through the bank wall either.
The steering is sticky! Okay.
I love the camera work here. We have an incredible camera team, of course. I mentioned Daniel Ruth, the DP. Joshua Fortuno is our B camera operator. That sort of pan on a long lens as you sort of feel the chaos of what's happening. I always love that moment. Got Jordan Marable, who did sort of Steadicam and A-camera operating. Really great team, a lot of other people too, but I really love the camera work in this movie, especially in these sort of chaotic moments where the camera's really just following the action and feeling it out. I guess this is also a great time to mention these incredible costumes that we see on our characters. Lizzie Farrell, our costume designer, did an incredible job of really bringing this concept art that we made and bringing it to life. Starting with Eden, you have this sort of badass black and white. She's sort of the strong badass character of the group, the muscle, so to speak. Andre, who plays Keegan Crenshaw, who's essentially Shaft. like I'll be honest, we're just ripping off Shaft.
Jam right.
Harry, of course, I don't know if you could tell the reference, but I sort of based him on Dennis Nedry from Jurassic Park. And then we've got Tommy Blackwell, played by Jacob Daniels at the end. Yeah, I mean, a big reference for him was Ryan Gosling in The Nice Guys. But I love his pants and the mustaches, everything. Of course, you know, on the baddies, we've got Julio in this amazing brown leather jacket. Julio is such an incredible actor. We had so many conversations on the phone and so many things that he was telling me, like, hey, I think I'm gonna do some shopping for some sunglasses. And, you know, there's so many things that he wanted to bring to the character. And just to get into that mode, get into the world of Terry Barrera. Costumes are such a big part of the character, and it was fun. On our prep day and our fitting day, you see these actors wear these costumes and they just like embody the characters, which is super fun. Tiffany's costume, I think it wasn't until the day of that we finalized her costume, but her top is literally just a bandana. But I was like, this looks perfect. Big fur coat. Yeah, shout out to Lizzie Farrell, our incredible costume designer. I love working with her. She's a fellow colorblind filmmaker just like me. She's, you know, she did my last short film, Pizza Time, too. She just does such an incredible job, so shout out Lizzie.
I got guys in here saying that they're local PD, CIA, and DEA, thank you.
Feldstein, you dead yet?
Oh, would you hold this for a little bit? Asshole. Stand by. I'll be right with you.
God damn it, tell those local losers this is our operation.
FBI? The hell are the feds doing at our bust?
Thumbs up their asses.
Thumbs up their asses. Jones? I should have known that vinyl wrap was a government job.
Hey, nice van. You know, Clip Art called. They want their shit back. Hey, assholes, this is DEA jurisdiction.
Shut the
hell up.
Agent Blackwell, what the hell is going on in there?
Best scene in the movie. It's a bunch of bands. That one always gets the biggest laugh. This was something that Matt Black, my co-writer, writing partner, when we wrote the feature version of this years ago, this was a scene from the feature that he wrote, and I just adored this scene. And such a funny scene. We just had one van that we, obviously, copied over and over for those wide shots, but it was a part of that. I really wanted to do stunt casting for these vans. I wanted to find big actors that we hadn't worked with and see if they would be willing to record a bunch of dialogue on their phone. And luckily, because of our producers, Andrew and Isaac Lewis, who had connections with them, we were able to get Danielle Pineda and Andre Highland as the first two vans there. Daniela, you might know from Jurassic World, Cowboy Bebop, so many great projects. She's amazing. Her boyfriend, Andre Highland, who's another incredible actor. You might know him from The Death of Dick Long. He's a filmmaker in his own right, who's incredible. And then, of course, we have my friend Ian Rowe, who is a writer, director, actor, who's incredible as the sort of DEA boss. And then our very own producer, Grant Wakefield, aka Bobby Wakefield, as the last person you hear, the CIA boss. But it's a scene I really love, and it's so simple. Just sitting down and editing a scene where you're just cutting to static shots of vans the whole time. But it ended up being like the funniest scene in the film, so shout out to our amazing voice actors.
You're all gonna put your guns down. You're gonna go back to your wife, or your family, or your pet iguana, or...
Dude, Julio is so good.
Because right now, each and every
who doesn't
one
love
of you
a evil villain monologue?
And that's a criminal.
You give us a minute? He's right.
I love this shot. Again, it's that sort of coverage that you don't think of, but a shot from bottom of the ground looking up towards the ceiling. We have Josh Fortuna, one of our camera operators, just laying down with the camera right here. But one of my favorite tidbits is I always love hearing and seeing references that directors use for shots, especially when it's just something you don't think of. Literally, the movie that made me think of this shot was a Pixar movie called Turning Red, which is my daughter Amelie's favorite movie. I've probably seen Turning Red like 30 times now.
So can we just get over it and figure out what the hell we're doing here?
I'm sorry I said that you were bad at being a good guy.
It all sounded ridiculous to me anyway, so.
Harry? Yeah?
When sort of I put acts to this movie, if you look at it in 4 acts, essentially it is Act 1, they hate each other. Act 2, they distrust each other. Act 3, they trust each other. Act 4, they work together. This part of the movie is sort of when they start to really trust each other. We see the pure archetypes of their character sort of be changed. So you have Tommy, who's this sort of cocky douchebag, kind of be humbled and apologize for being a douchebag, essentially. We've got Andre, the leader, really coming to his own as a leader and helping the group see the truth of their actions. And then, of course, we have Sophie, who forgives Tommy, and Harry, who's just, the naive Harry. He doesn't change till the third act, but we start to see them start to really work together as a team, which I really wanted to happen near the mid part of the movie. Start to trust each other and work together by the end of the movie. Short films, the story should be simple. I always love short films that can just, one location, let's get in, let's get out, keep it as simple as possible. So that's what I really try to do here.
I know we were planning on arresting each other the moment we got in here. I don't know about you guys, but I became an undercover cop because I believe in the law.
Can't have a heist movie without a 360 Steadicam shot going around the crew. I mean, that's just, those are the rules. I don't make the rules. Daniel and the whole G&E crew did an amazing job of having sort of this big softbox that was up on one side of the room, but that was the only light that we had in the entire room. So I was really proud of our crew for pulling this off. I think we ended up using the last take. Shout out to the whole crew for making this happen, because I think it's one of the best moments of the film.
I love you.
Don't try to follow us. I mean it. I'll do it. I'll do it. Don't touch me. You don't know Terry.
So this wasn't originally written in the film. He was supposed to sort of just take her out of the room and exit quickly. But when we were scouting locations and we found this perfect location, which is actually Southside Studios, it's sort of legacy studio in the south side of Dallas. We saw this room, which is really their lumber room where they build the sets, but it sort of looked like ageless, timeless. We didn't really do much in terms of art in the room. We basically just took away anything that looked modern and left the rest, and that's the set. But there's such a large space to cover to get to the back of the room. And so I just had the thought of let's just hold on a wide and let it see him go the whole time. Julio does an incredible job of sort of improvising and filling that space. One of my favorite things that he made up was, "You don't know Terry? You don't know me? You don't know Terry?" Tiffany does an amazing job of just holding this just scared face the whole time. Just a mixture of confusion and fear. I love this bit. It was one of the most I saw the crew laugh. And it's almost, I cut a little bit in the middle. So you can see him, travel back a little quicker, but we kept most of the take in the film, so.
Oh my God, it's fucking poor. You watch me. Watch me. Watch me walk out of here. You don't know me.
Got a shot?
Ah! Let's go, Tommy, car!
God, get out of my wagon!
The original script, Tommy did start the car, and it was supposed to come zooming in at the very end. Looks like it's about to hit Terry, and then it zooms off and hits a wall. Calls back to the steering is sticky joke. Obviously, budget, time, and even location, there was no way we were going to get a car in the final scene of the film. And so to write around it, we just had the car not start. He joins back up and blames the car not starting on the sticky steering, when in reality he's just a terrible driver and broke the car. But a little Easter egg, if you're wondering why Tommy wasn't in the final scene until Gunner gets shot. That's why.
There's nowhere to go, Terry!
Don't do anything stupid. Well, anything else stupid?
Sophie,
Yeah.
you feel lucky?
So Sophie shooting Terry in the leg here. Obviously, early in the film, she says, "I got a lot of practice shooting assholes in the leg." Because it's a short film, it's like you're not always able to build out these characters, fully flesh them out like you would in a feature. But when me and Matt were writing it, we really wanted to at least have a little bit of that sort of setup and callback for each character, have a moment for each character to sort of feel satisfying as a viewer and feel like they at least went through a little mini arc. And so each of our main characters, we really wanted them to have that little mini arc and have a satisfying conclusion for each of them.
Oh, man, great shot!
Julio really hit his head on the ground here when we were doing this fight scene. So of course, there's not a ton of action in this film. It feels like an action film. We wanted to make it the tone to feel like an action film. But there's really not that much action. Basically, I had them block it out themselves. I sort of wanted them to be comfortable and do as much as they felt comfortable doing. And so we basically, right when we got to this location in the morning of this day, sort of blocked out what this fight scene would look like. Julio had a great idea of having it be sort of a slap fight. I love the character of Terry Pereira. He talks a big talk. You think he's this big bad guy, and then by the end, he's slapping his opponent in a fight. He's really just sort of a coward who's trying to put on an appearance. So I really love what they did. But yeah, Julio goes all out. Like he's an actor's actor, and he really hit his head on the ground here. Luckily, we had some Tylenol, and he powered through the next few hours of the shoot. Yeah, I love how this little mini fight scene turned out. You can really feel the intensity from Andre here, so I love that. So this is a good time to shout out our sound designer, Zach, who did an incredible job on the sound design and mix of the film. This moment in particular is sort of drawn out, the slow-mo. It really brought an incredible atmosphere to make this feel, full, and obviously it helps to have Beck's incredible music here, calling back to the Mexican standoff near the beginning of the film. I love this moment. Slow-mo, Harry jumping in front of the bullet. Obviously, we've seen this a lot in movies, but we tried to subvert the expectations with the little Volkswagen emblem that we see here shortly.
Shit! Are you okay? Oh my god, stay with me! Stay with me! Stay with me! Tommy! Tommy! We gotta get him to hospital!
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Why? What?
The steering is, well, it's a little sticky.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Feldstein. You dead yet?
Stand by. Wait.
Oh, thank God.
I guess this is a good time to shout out our lovely makeup team, Elizabeth and Caitlin, pumping blood into Harry here. They did a great job of just making everything feel consistent, and yeah, love the makeup ladies.
You idiots! You think you can stop Terry Barrera?
I think we just did.
You don't know who you're up against.
Okay, why don't you just save it for the FBI? CIA, DEA, and LAPD, because I'm sure they would love to hear whatever stupid-ass monologue you're about to give us.
She's got a head start. You're not gonna catch her now.
Who?
Who do you think?
Twist ending. Since it is sort of the heist nature, I really wanted to make sure there is some sort of reveal at the end, something that we weren't expecting. I'm sure you can clock at some point Marguerite just gets away and runs to the background. A lot of people will be like, why aren't they chasing her? But we wanted to make sure we at least had a little bit of a twist in there. Really, I wanted to make sure that the characters didn't get a full victory. Like, we had to at least keep them on their toes. Tiffany, incredible job. I'm so happy she came on to act in this film. When I asked her to play this part, I was apologizing a lot to her because I was like, you're gonna be there the whole time. Your character doesn't say a single line of dialogue. I want to make sure that the audiences kind of views this character as more of a damsel in distress. Well, first a femme fatale and then a damsel in distress. And I wanted her to feel like you kind of lose sight of her a bit. So when this happens, it feels a little bit more like a twist. But she was amazing. I love the energy she brings to the character. And I love that this little wink to the camera at the end here.
That's not good.
Knew there was something about that girl.
What do we do now?
Guess we get back to work.
All right, y'all, get your ass back to the station and tell me how the fuck we got here.
This shot, one of my favorite shots of the film. Perfect timing. Daniel Ruth, our cinematographer, I think intentionally was stalling, it felt like, on set so that we can wait for this incredible beam of sunlight coming through the window. I sort of based this shot, the reference to the shot was the ending of Knives Out. Sort of pulling through all these characters. I love how it feels, and of course, I'm always going to end this film on a freeze frame. So that was I Bet You're Wondering How I Got Here. I hope you guys enjoyed the film, enjoyed the little breakdown. Watch it a few more times. Look at a character the whole time. I think you will find something that you will laugh about that you didn't on the first time. There's lots of nuances in the performances from these incredible actors. Thank you to the whole cast and crew for contributing to this film. I'm so proud of it. And yeah, I guess thank you for watching this Notes on Scenes, Notes on a Film. But until next time, I'm out.